Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be back with a new episode of Beautifully Made. And today I have our January exhibiting artist, Andrea Regula, on with me. So thank you, Andrea, for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I'm so excited. Your show is doing so well. It's beautiful. You had a fabulous opening reception. You had so many people attend.
I know that was really, I have a lot of great friends and family that's been very supportive. So I appreciate them coming out and, hanging out and taking a look and getting to see your place as well. They love it.
That was so sweet. Yeah, they really, came out to support. So that was wonderful. So I would love for you to share a little bit about your business and the kind of art that you're creating.
Well, my business it's really just very small and I'm still learning, what goes where and the best place to promote myself. So, when the opportunity to came up with your shop and what you're doing for local artists, that was a great launch, a good launch, compared to what I've been doing. So, I've been doing, small little venues.
Hmm.
I did do a couple I don't want to say big shows. They're, the like at the Pride Festival up in Akron. Now that I think there was
That's
like
a big market. Yeah, that's a
yes.
big show.
And I'm learning those are the markets I really need to focus on and participate more in those markets than some of the smaller markets.
Okay.
Um, what was your other question?
I was just like curious, do you have like a name for the type of art that you're doing or like what kind of art are you liking to produce right now? What is that whole like genre?
Yeah, it's acrylic fluid paints. It that's there's so many ways to do it. There's so many different things that you can use on different canvases or just even a canvas alone. You mix your paints with you have your acrylic paints and then you use additives like Floetrol, which is just an additive on regular when you like paint your house or paint your rooms or
Yeah.
whatever. It
Yeah.
helps move the paint more and spread it out. So that's an additive I use. There's pouring mediums that are called that you buy special for that. And I've mixed some, I've tried different ones. And I find different kinds of paints, like the pictures on the walls that I have over there right now. You see there's some different ones.
Yeah.
There's different looking ones. So you have to use a different pouring medium and different amounts to move the paints. And there's different paints. There's your paints in a tube, which are a little bit thicker than there's fluid paints, and then there's also uh, it's like dust, it's
Yeah.
and you
Like a
have to
pigment.
make pigment paint, yes, pigments,
Hmm.
and you got to work with that a certain way. So it's just all trial and error. There's no specific, recipe that I have for anything in particular. Um, and like I said, different canvases. So I do a lot on, just regular canvas, different sizes.
Hmm.
But then I've also have the rocks that you see there. That's a different kind of canvas. So
Yeah.
my paints are different for that. Um, it's just, I don't know, it's just fun and it brings joy out in me. And there's, like I said, no specific recipe. But I have to say, during COVID, everybody was down and it was kind of dark and
Yeah.
had a lot of time on our hands to do nothing. So I went online and I found a few artists that I connected with and kind of watched how they did things and then created my own stuff.
That's awesome. So how long have you been an artist?
Well, it's funny that you say I'm an artist because it took me a while to even say that I am an artist. My daughter is the one who finally said, "Mom, you're an artist. You need to say you're an artist." Because I'm just like, "Oh, I just create this stuff. I've never coined myself as an artist." So I guess since 5 years now, it's been a good
Yeah.
5 years. And it's evolved. If you could see some of my stuff from the very beginning to where I'm at now, it's a work in process.
I kind of want to see some of those pictures if you have them, because I will be creating a slideshow of the images that I have and what's in the show right now. And if you have some of your earlier work, it's always great to see the progress of where we started and what we, were, like you said, trial and error in attempting to make, and then where we are now.
Yeah.
And no matter those mediums that you listed that you're working with for the different substrates that they're on, there's still a very nice, consistent style to your work across the board. So you listed all the different, mediums that you were using. There's still that look that carries over into the coasters, to the rocks, to the magnets, to the canvases, to the canvas boards or the papers that you have that are matted. I mean, you've got all kinds of variety, but they're still, your style. You can see it.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. I think all artists have that though. You can kind of pick out whose art is, if you had maybe five different artists and you knew who they were and they put them up on the wall, you pretty and not know like where they were, you could probably go through and pretty much pick out their style. Yeah.
Yeah, usually it's hard. So that's a big struggle as an artist is, do I have a style? Do you see
Yeah.
my work or my hand across the board? Is there something that's carrying through? A lot of artists, I know myself, have struggled with that. Like, what is it? What is it that is my signature? And it's hard to define that. And it doesn't stay the same. Sometimes it does change and evolve over time because you're trying different materials and you're trying different things. So paint is your main medium, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And
And
Libra acrylic, you've never done anything like watercolor or oil?
uh-uh. No, never any watercolors or anything like that. I don't know, maybe down the road that will, I'll evolve into that. But right now, I'm just having fun with this. I'm having
That's
fun
good.
with this. And it takes time to do this,
Yeah.
it's a whole thought process. And, you know, um, different inspirations. I'll see different colors in certain different times of the year. I seem to be drawn a lot to um, like those southwestern colors, those browns and those aquas and those teals
Hmm.
and kind of like that, those colors. I've always been drawn to that. But then I get a little bit more risque with different colors, and then you try that,
Yeah.
sometimes things come out and you're like, wow, I really like this. And I would never thought I would have. So that's what's so fun about this because you can create things that you never thought would work. And you're like, wow, I'm really proud of that. I really like that one compared to maybe some of the ones I've used to doing, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
and I think you just, as a person, your personality comes out in that too sometimes. And
Uh-huh.
evolves
It
with that.
does. Yeah, it does. So what's been your biggest challenge as an artist? Because you are an artist, Andrea.
I think my biggest challenge is um just getting people to see it. Like I said,
Okay.
I do these little vendor shows and there people aren't always wanting art. When you go to a vendor show, a lot of times they just want the little crafty things. And not that those are wonderful too. It's just I think it's a different market. So I'm trying to find the right market to put my because it's a lot of work to
It
take
is.
these out, set them up. In Ohio, we don't live in California, so you never know what the weather's going to be like. And you know, it's a challenge. So that's my biggest challenge with this right now. And I'm trying to figure out how to promote myself or show my product without packing it up, putting it in a tent, pitching a tent and sticking it out.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to do that. I mean, I'm not saying
Right.
I'm not. I just need to find the right venues to do it.
Yeah,
And
because
that's,
some of those juried shows are more art driven, and so
yes,
the audience is they're looking for wall art or something for business or something for a
yeah,
store that they own, and they want some unique pieces. So it is hard sometimes to balance what show you should be in. Do I go to a high school craft show or do I go to like a 720 market? So it's hard.
yeah. I think that's my biggest challenge right there,
Yeah,
really. But
yeah, self
being it,
promotion. It's hard,
yeah, it is hard. And it's not my full-time job, and it's
right?
almost a full-time job.
Oh yeah,
I mean, if you
absolutely.
really want to, if you really want to move with it, it should be a full-time job. And, I'm sure it will be in a couple of years when I retire, but, right now I'm trying to make both things work.
Yeah, I can totally relate.
I'm sure you can.
Yes, I can. Oh my goodness. So have you ever offered your work or do you offer your work like online? Is it for sale like through a social media platform at all, or are you just trying to do this locally?
I've had stuff on Instagram. I did go on Etsy at one point.
Hmm.
Um, and I think I may try that again.
Okay.
Um, So I'm just, I'm trying to figure out what's the best venue to place my. I actually never did put my pictures up on Etsy. It was just my small items. So I really, but see, I didn't have the confidence to do that at that point. So I'm building a confidence. This has really been a good confidence builder for me, seriously.
Good.
I
Oh.
needed that. I really needed that because you know, you just as an artist, you're like, oh, I like it, but how
Right.
do I? Maybe my friends and family are just saying that to be nice.
You are suffering from imposter syndrome so badly. We all do that. And I had a whole episode on how you do not feel that you are valid in your work and that you feel like I'm a sham, I'm not a real artist. This isn't, being accepted out in the world and nobody's going to want it. And what am I doing? And you start questioning everything. And just
Yeah,
like you said, I don't want to call myself an artist or no one's going to buy this or
right.
we all, I mean, I don't know anyone that's an artist that has not or still goes through it, no matter how successful they are. I know
Yeah,
people that have like tens of thousands of followers on social media and they're just like, oh, my art sucks. I'm just like, no, we love you. We love the process. We love everyone struggles with this. So don't feel alone. But yeah, definitely put your stuff out there and figure out how am I going to ship this? If this sells, do I offer it with the frame and the glass or do I just, send them a print, and price it accordingly and price it to sell and price things that will cover your expenses and be very confident in that.
yeah.
That's the world needs it. It's beautiful work. It really
Thanks.
is.
So I guess that's my other challenge. That was a big challenge right there.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
just, building the confidence and because I find the joy, but now it's helped me put that added level of confidence on top of the joy to make
Yeah.
it shine even a little bit more.
Yeah. I'm trying to get you to teach a class on it because
I know, I
I
know, I know,
know.
and I will. I'm not, evading coming.
I know. I know
It's
it's a
just
time
it's
issue.
been
It's
a
hard.
really tough December, January. So
Yeah.
hopefully down the line here, we will put something together. I'll have you look at it, see what you think, and we'll put it together. It'll be a fun class too.
It will. And that's one of the biggest questions I get when people are looking at the gallery of all your work. How does she do this? What is she using? And I have very limited amount. I've heard your spiel a couple times, and so I'm
Mhm.
just relaying that. So I think you'll be surprised how many people will show up to participate because they're very intrigued. It's just beautiful, and I think it looks like it's acceptable to be free with it. And I think there's
Yes.
a lot of work that when people see it, they feel intimidated that they're not going to be able to, replicate that. But every piece that you have up there shows that you can be different with
Yes.
each one. You're not, replicating something exactly over and over and over again. So people feel connection, like I can express myself in this, method. And showing them how to do it. I think that that's why they're so connected with it.
That's the beauty in it. That's the
Yeah.
beauty in it. Everybody, like I said, you can use the same color. You could use the same colors as I'm using the same colors. You could layer it exactly the same, but the way you do it and the way I do it will turn out totally different. And
Yeah.
they're both beautiful, you know?
Hmm.
And that's what's so fun about it. Somebody said, I know there's a picture up there that sold. And everybody's like, oh, can you make me one just like that? And I'm
I
like,
know. Nope.
no, I can maybe use the same colors and you can look at it, but it's an original for
Yeah.
sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
Yeah.
So if people see the slideshow and they're interested in something, what's the best way that they can contact you?
Definitely my cell or my email, or
Okay.
Facebook. I'm on Facebook, Unique Designs by Andrea Marie, and Instagram. So, but they could call me on my cell anytime. Text
Well,
me.
I will put all of that contact information in the show notes. So that will be with everything in this episode. So everyone can, at least know a way to give you a call or text you or contact
Mhm.
you if they're interested in a piece. Not, and then if you eventually do set up your Etsy shop again or, place something on a website, I'll update those links. So
Perfect.
it will be on there. So that would be great.
That would be
But,
great. You've been such a wonderful help. I can't thank
oh.
you enough.
Oh my goodness. I just love how long ago we started talking about this because it was like summer when I wanted to get the shop. You're like, oh, exhibiting? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I'm really glad that you followed through
Yeah.
and, got this show up because it's beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. It means a lot to me.
Absolutely. Well, I'm happy that you are the exhibiting artist this month. And yes, so please follow Andrea on her platforms. Those links will be in the show notes. And then on YouTube, the slideshow that goes along this podcast will show all the work.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Andrea. Have a great
Yeah.
day. Stay warm.
All right. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Tracy.